Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. Crazy information came out today, folks. And as always, I'm going to give you guys the inside scoop. First story is honestly unbelievable. Citibank, a bank, is talking about their own dollar is going to fall 20%. And this is from a vaccine rollout. So, crazy stuff. I mean, banks usually are saying the opposite. This is honesty. Citibank also, if you could recall, a video I posted last week was calling for $50 to $100 silver. So Citi is going against the grain, and they seem to be very honest and very open. We're going to dive into this story in a second. We also have a forecast from FX Empire going through the statistics. This is a numbers game. I told you I'm going to try to incorporate charts more into my videos, not only just what's happening in the economy, because we can get a very accurate, educated guess on where the prices are headed. And it's looking like everything is pointing towards precious metals being bullish. So we have a great video set up. Both links will be in the description. Make sure to smash the like button. More importantly, though, you got to be subscribed. I'm giving you guys the latest, the freshest information in the world of precious metals, what's happening to the markets and what you should do about it. You got to be subscribed. You cannot be blindly investing and expect success. It's not realistic, especially in today's times. So let's jump into the video. Vaccine rollout could cause US dollar to fall 20% in 2021. So that's a pretty big percentage, and obviously a lot of it's from stimulus, but they're talking about a different source. A vaccine. So this is from London, Reuters. The widespread distribution of vaccines to combat this pandemic and ongoing monetary easing could cause the US dollar to weaken as much as 20% next year, Citibank said on Monday. And this is scary because we all know the US dollar is the world's reserve currency. Every country across the globe relies on the US dollar's strength. So when viable, widely distributed vaccines hit the market, we believe that this will catalyze the next leg lower in the structural USD downtrend we expect. So, given this setup, there is potential for the dollar's losses to be front-loaded, with the USD potentially falling by as much as 20% in 2021. Moderna, which is the latest drug company, talking about a 94.5% effective in preventing this virus based on interim data from a late-stage clinical trial, becoming the second U.S. company in a week to report results that far exceed expectations. If you can remember, Pfizer, which was also from biotech, announced the first one, which is 90% effective. And by the way, these are preventative vaccines. It's not a cure, it's preventative. It's going to take, a long time to distribute all this. They're going to people that need it most, obviously, like nursing homes, etc. But it's still going to be a while. People hear these headlines and they just think that there's going to be a cure tomorrow. It's all going to be over. No, things are going to get much worse. The people, or the amount of people testing positive, is increasing more than ever. There's probably going to be a third lockdown. Already some countries are in the third lockdown. So Citi's bearish dollar view is also premised on bets that the U.S. central bank will continue to keep policy setting easy, even if inflation expectations rise with an economy recovery, thus allowing the U.S. yield curve to steepen. This is important for FX, as when investors begin to rotate into value, they will increasingly rotate out of the United States given valuations, both on the SPX and the USD are rich versus the rest of the world, the bank said, referring to the S&P 500 stock index and the dollar respectively. So we got a lot of information here, right? We're going to dissect a little bit of this before we head into this next article. So they have a bearish view. A bank has a bearish view on their own dollar. Talk about irony, right? But they also have very good reasons. If you missed the video I posted last week about Citi talking about $50 to $100 silver in the next year, you got to watch that video. I'll actually link it at the end of this video, so you can just go right ahead and click on it right after this video is done. It will pop up on the screen, actually. I highly recommend it because they made some really good points. But now not only are they talking about, extremely high silver prices, along with Goldman Sachs and someone else too. But regardless, they make very clear points. These aren't theories. You don't got to bust out your tinfoil hat. These are facts, cold hard facts, especially when we go into these charts. Cold hard facts, there's evidence, there's proof showing that next year is going to be bullish for precious metals. Remember, when the dollar's weak, gold and silver are strong. There is a direct correlation. A direct correlation to that, folks. This isn't a theory. This is what happens. When the dollar index is low, gold and silver are high, and vice versa. When the dollar index is high, gold and silver is low. And since we can guarantee, not only with vaccine, with trillions of dollars in stimulus and green energy, throwing all these solar panels together that also are heavily intertwined with silver, it's going to hurt the dollar. And we know, like I just said, when the dollar's hurt, gold and silver are up. So we can guarantee that gold and silver is going to be up at least for that time frame. But I think that it's going to stay high, right? We can't just say one reason and expect for it to explode solely off that reason. There's hundreds of reasons, though. Not hundreds, probably around 20, 30 different reasons, like actual reasons that gold and silver are going to be up. That's just one of them. That's going to kickstart it. But after that, then the silver demand comes in, especially as prices get higher. More people, everyone's trying to get a slice of the silver pie. Individual investors like you and I, people that have never invested a single dollar in their life, are going to be trying to come into these markets, especially from people that saw the Bitcoin boom and saw the proof in the pudding that you can make money investing. Most of those people, though, they missed out on Bitcoin, so this is their second chance, especially with apps like Robinhood making it extremely convenient and easily accessible to invest. And younger generations, people in their 20s and 30s, are investing when they're getting younger. So there's a lot of people. Not only that, I can throw in big banks or big corporations, right? People, the big industries that also need silver, and you better hope they need silver if you want the newest, latest iPhone to be relatively cheap, right? So we have big business, especially with silver's industrial uses. So everyone from individual people like you and I to big business is going to need silver, but there's not much silver going around. And not only that, the dollar's getting hurt. So there's a lot of different reasons, right? There's a lot of different reasons. Now let's see what's happening in the short term. Silver price forecast. Silver markets continue noisy behavior. Silver initially gapped higher to kick off the session on Tuesday, but gave back the gains almost immediately. The market crashed into the 50-day EMA again. Now remember, the short term is going to be crazy, right? There's not going to be any stability because people aren't stable. Their mentality isn't stable. There's going to be a lot of uncertainty in the markets because the economy's very unstable. You can't expect stable prices when the economy's not stable itself. There's going to be a lot of roller coaster, a lot of bipolar movements because people really are just going off on a day-to-day basis what news comes out, right? Vaccine gets announced from Pfizer or something, prices go wild, right? But the next day something else happens, prices, there's not going to be any stability. So silver markets have gapped higher to kick off the trading day session Tuesday, but then broke down from there to crash into the 50-day EMA. And by the way, now can you see why you don't invest emotionally? Imagine people that are investing emotionally when every day there's a new emotion, there's a new speculative article that comes out which can change your opinion on the markets entirely. It's going to drive you absolutely insane. You cannot do that. That's why marginal traders, I don't know how they do it. The people that sit there and look at the charts, look at these exchanges all day long, clicking refresh every 5 seconds, they have to be going insane, especially right now with so much volatility. So ultimately, this is a market that has plenty of support underneath, and it's definitely true. We're not going to see, $19, $20 silver anymore. That's out the window. There's so much stability, so much support around this $24 level, and they even say that. That it's honestly, this is the new normal. This is the new normal. I talked about how these premiums on American Eagles are the new normal. $24 silver, $25 silver is the new normal. We got out of that $15, $20 silver range a couple months ago, and it's never going to come back. Ultimately, this market that I think eventually finds reasons to go higher, if for no reason other than the fact that central banks out there will continue to flood the markets with liquidity. With this, I believe that people will continue to see reasons to go long regardless of anything else going on. And that's just solely that, not talking about any of the supply, demand, anything else. Having said that, silver is also an industrial component. When I kind of like I was just saying, there's so many other reasons. So it's also an industrial component built into it. So you need to keep in mind that as well, because if the economy slows down, then gold will probably outperform silver yet again, because gold is solely a safe haven metal. It doesn't have industrial purposes like silver does. Gold is king. Gold always, sets the pace first. Silver follows suit a couple weeks, a couple months afterwards, usually to a higher percentage. It's like gold on steroids. Nonetheless, the two markets do tend to move in the same direction, so I think eventually we will go looking at the $26 level above, and then possibly even break out above there. All things being equal, this market that I think continues to offer value on dips is now how I approach it. And that's a key word, dips. Buy the dips, sell the tops. Don't get caught up looking at and by the way, the YouTube video, if you want to look at the actual charts, it will also be attached to the link that's in the description. But regardless, if you are looking for another opportunity to buy some precious metals, which should be the physical precious metals, go on APMEX, JM Bullion, Modern Coin Mart, Provident Metals, SD Bullion. Go on one of those sites, click buy. Don't be going on eBay trying to buy off some risky person that just, made their account last week, or some shady site that's overpricing or underpricing, or going on wish.com or Craigslist. Don't do that. Go to legit bullion sellers that are recognizable, that have, trustable stats, like one of the 5 or 6 I said, and buy from there, right? You will be guaranteed that your gold or silver is real, and you also have return policies. eBay doesn't. If you buy a coin on eBay, which I've done this before, if you buy a coin on eBay and the coin it doesn't look like in the picture that it was described, or coin's fake, you're SOL. There is no refund policies. These places I just mentioned, APMEX and all these places, if the coin is scratched, it got damaged in, shipping, they will refund you, or they'll sell you, or they'll send you another coin that's up to par, that's up to your standards. So you got to buy off these places. The prices may be a little bit higher, 2% higher, but that's because you are guaranteed to have your real stuff. You can get a cheaper price somewhere else, but you're risking a lot more than you're gaining with that 2% difference. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Like I said, 2-3 videos a day. It is so critical. It is so vital to be investing right now and paying attention, tuning in. And I promise you, on a day-to-day basis, I will give you guys the inside scoop, always keeping you in the loop. Always. I'm not going to talk about stuff that you do not need to know. I'm always going to give you guys relevant content. I'm not going to be going off, mumbling or, rambling about, something that happened in my life, or rambling about some coin that I saw, or none of that. None of that. I'm going to talk about stuff that is critical for you to know. I try to talk straight to the point. I talk directly to the point. I'm not going to, and I give you guys the most relevant articles as well. I'm not going to share some article that has nothing to do with the relevancy of what's happening during today's times. I'm going to give you guys stuff that you need to know. I promise you guys, you got to be tuning into this channel. I'm not just saying that because I want views, because I want subscribers. I don't care about, I've been posting videos for 4 years on here now. I don't care about this stuff. I'm trying to make quality content, not quantity, even though I do post 2-3 videos a day, but there's so much going on. I'll give you a little inside peek on the next video. It's going to be posted today, right? The monetary logic for gold and silver. This is one of the craziest articles I've ever seen. They're talking about the speed of the monetary collapse, replacement for fiat currencies, what would replace the dollar in the future. I mean, and how gold and silver fit into all this. I mean, Guys, I promise you, I'm doing my homework. I'm doing my research every day. I promise I will give you guys the stuff that you need to know. This is the holy grail of information. I'm not just saying that, I mean it. So you got to be subscribed. I'm saying that for your own sake, not for mine. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. Make sure to tune in, check out the video I'm about to post in a couple hours. Also, check out the Citibank video where they're calling out $50, $100 silver. It should be popping up very shortly on the screen, so just stick around for another 5-10 seconds and click that video. Like I said, not for my views, it's for your sake. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.